the housing crisis in Ireland is never going to end. Let's be honest, it's never going to be end. The house prices going through the roof. It's just skyrocketing every day. And obviously the student accommodation for total level institutes, particularly in big cities, Dublin, Cork, not Kerry, but Limerick, big university cities, not like Cavan and Monaghan, who only have a small institute there, which is basically for local people to go, local people at total level to go, which is good that they have can go from the parents' house to the institute. But the problem is in Cavan and Monaghan that there is no places for them to move out of their parents' house and into their own house. But again, in Sligo, and take for example, in Limerick or Cork, I know a few people who were in my class and are going to university, and some of them have to cancel the courses. Some of them actually in a few classes above me had to cancel the courses too, because they can't get accommodation. On campus or off campus in the city. And it'd be, and again, I understand what they're saying, because it'd be hard to travel from Cavan every morning and then go home in the evening. I'm sure you would agree, and then pay for maybe, like again, as they said, one or two of them, for example, in another year, in another school, in another secondary school in Cavan that they know, they have to pay for a hotel. They're paying for a hotel room. And obviously they're only working part-time in shops. And I'm sure you would agree that's putting an enormous stress on them, and that's obviously more expenses for them. But again, a lot of them have cancelled college courses because they just simply can't afford to pay for a hotel, or they haven't got accommodation. And again, this year too has been an astronomical amount of people applying for different courses, and there's been a lot more people accepted in the college this year with the higher college marks, particularly from the Leaving Cert. Which is good. It's good to see that. But again, the system in Ireland is not capable of coping with that. And it's just led to disaster. So yeah, it's upsetting. But I would say particularly to students this year who are left, and even to students that are going, not to go to college, I would nearly go abroad to college. I know so many young teachers have left. I've done college in Ireland, and have left to do further study in other countries. There was one teacher that's actually from around here who done her training in Ireland, and it's gone to do her last few years in England, in teaching. Because it's a lot cheaper in England. There's a lot more government support. It's not that hard. Again, let's be honest, it's not that hard in England. You kind of bit easy. I kind of understand the young people don't have the bank full of money. Well, the tick cabin would do, but anyway. But you know what I'm saying. It's not really giving them much of life. Like again, the young people don't have much of life in this country, and that's just putting it straight. If we can see it in total level now, that some of them even have to cancel the courses, give up the career, put the career on hold, because this system just can't cope with young people and just can't cope with modern society. And it's just Fianna Fáil, there's nobody else to blame but Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. And that's just putting it straight. That's the people you need to blame. Your local Fianna Fáil County Council, local Fianna Fáil TD. They're the people to blame. They are really the people to blame, because half these properties, again, in some of these cities. And one person did mention to this last year in the deaf college, when they were leaving college, that there was buildings abandoned in Galway, left abandoned, and they could have been redone up and used as, for university students. And there was nothing ever done to them. They just left abandoned. I know it would cost a lot more money to upgrade them, to modernise them and things like that. But it's better than lying there, gathering dust, in other words. You might help out a few students. Might give them a bit of extra hope in staying in this country, because let's be honest, as soon as they probably finish college, they'll be like, adios to Ireland, go to another country where we can get respect, and maybe even will afford to buy our own house soon. Not like working all your life and paying a mortgage and slave to the banks for the rest of your life. That's no life, let's be honest. But student accommodation, again, it's Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and now the Green Party, but the Green Party's just, I don't know, less said about them, and the Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael too. But I'm happy I didn't go to college. I'm very happy. I wouldn't want to go to college. I wouldn't want to sit in the college and listen to garbage all day, every day. But again, this thing, just to say when I'm briefly here, this thing about going to college to succeed in life, you don't have to go to college to succeed in life. There's plenty of other opportunities out there. If you know where to look for them, and you know where to find them. So yeah, but just to say to college students, it's very, very tough for you. And my sympathies are with you, especially people I know that they're struggling to, make ends meet, especially in college when they were going through college and things. It's hard. It's not easy. So my heart goes out to you. So really, really hope things improve. God, please help these people anyway. Because it's a desperate situation we find ourselves in. Every part, like Irish society, it's not even a society. It's not what you would call it, a failing democracy. It's already failed. It's basically dead in the ground already. It's 10 feet under. It's actually 190 feet under, to be totally honest with you. It couldn't be any more feet under. But it's just a failed state, and that's, to be totally honest with you, everything's failed. Everything this government, both Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael have done has made things worse, and just kicked the can down the road and said we're not going to do anything about it. But hopefully, maybe, please God, maybe they might do something. Again, we use the word might, but not likely. But anyway, please God, something to come up. But anyway, thank you.